start there.
Yeah. You go ahead. You just start, fire away, and
All right.
I'll do my best to respond.
All right. Firstly, could you introduce yourself, your name, your occupation, and maybe your education qualifications, if you still remember it?
Oh, yeah, vaguely. Okay, my name's Andy McDonough. I'm Peter's father. Um, let's see, this next month I'll be 68 years old. And I work as a guitar technician in a music shop in Cheras. I used to be a teacher, taught English for many years in Malaysia. What else? Qualifications, okay. A degree from in music business studies, a bachelor's degree, and I've got a teaching qualification from London City and Guilds. And what else? I've done a few short courses in Malaysia on writing assessments and classroom management, things like that. But I haven't worked in education for some time now. I'm just working as a guitar technician now. So that's it about me.
Okay, thank you, Dad. Just a minute. Okay. Hello. Sorry, just need to write some things down. Okay, let's proceed to the questions. Firstly, based on your knowledge and understanding, how would you define social media influencers?
A definition of social media influencers, I guess you could call them basically they're marketing people. They're selling a product or a service or an ideology, either directly or indirectly. And they're using the platform they use is obviously social media, so things like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, I guess. But basically, they're selling something. They're selling something based, to their fans, to their followers, and things like that. And presumably, they earn money from either directly from the companies that they're representing, or from their own social media platforms in the form of likes and shares and things like that. That's what I think, anyway. I'm not sure. I might be wrong, but that's how I see it.
I see. That's a good view of it. I agree with you.
Okay. Next.
Okay, next. Do you strongly agree that social media influencers are merely distractions, are irrelevant? Please, if you do, please provide your reasons.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Well, to me, from my point of view, they're not a distraction at all, because I don't follow any social media influencers as such. But I imagine they could be a distraction if someone is hooked on certain personalities or channels or whatever. Yeah, they could be a distraction. In fact, I've seen in the classroom when I've taught that often students that use iPads and things like that in the classroom are distracted from the lesson because they're on social media. Whether or not they're with influencers or not, I can't say, but it can be a distraction. I think you have to have a very strong, focused mind to be able to concentrate on something for longer than 2 or 3 minutes because of things like social media. It generally is a distraction, or it can be anyway.
Okay, that's a good take.
Okay.
All right. Next. Do you think or believe that social media influencers talk about topics that are relevant to their viewers? Like, do you think they talk about things that stimulate a person's curiosity and our way of thinking? They give us a new perspective on on current issues.
I would. Okay. I would hope so. I would hope that they do appeal to their followers, listeners, audience, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And I also would hope that they stimulate, as you say, people to, um, you know, question or examine certain issues. Whether or not that happens, like I say, I really don't know. I get the feeling that most of the social media influences that I hear about are in the news usually for very trivial reasons. Either they've done something outrageous or they've said something outrageous, and I find that basically those kind of people are basically narcissistic and they're just seeking attention. And probably thinking that the more attention they get, the more followers they'll get, which will probably translate to more income. So, however, I'm sure there are some out there, hopefully more than some, that are genuinely trying to stimulate some kind of dialogue with people.
Yeah.
But as I say, I don't follow social media, so I don't use social media, so I can't really say for sure.
Oh, okay. All right, I understand. Now, this next question is related. Are you an avid follower of social media of any social media influencers, or even international ones? If yes or no, do you think contents distract your life issues?
Well, I'm not a follower, as I've previously stated.
Yes.
And I genuinely do think that social media can be a distraction across the board. But I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen, I take the train every day from Nilai to Cheras, and everybody on the train, just about 95%. Are just glued to their phones. They're glued to their devices, and a lot of them are using social media that I've seen. And there's no conversation anymore. There used to be. I mean, when I was younger, before smartphones existed, people used to talk to each other, even strangers on the train. They'd strike up conversations. That doesn't happen these days. It doesn't happen at all. Same when you go into like a restaurant or even a coffee shop, mamak shop or whatever. You'll see people sitting, even groups of friends sitting together, and they're all glued to their phones. They don't talk to each other. I've seen that a lot. And this kind of distraction is not healthy. It's not healthy for society, in my opinion. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for relationships and forming strong bonds with people. So I guess influencers are, as I said earlier, for them it's a job, and they're using this platform to earn money, basically. But whether or not it's beneficial for society, I have my doubts. I really don't think it is.
Okay. Thank you for that take, Dad. Lastly, if you have watched or listened to social media influencers, do you think that they will continue being relevant to society in the future?
Yep, that's another interesting question. Well, again, in my opinion, looking at the way technology is moving forward, particularly in the realm of artificial intelligence, And I noticed that a lot of content that's available now on YouTube, for example, is generated purely by AI. That's including images and the voices and everything. I think social media, anyone who uses social media as a source of as a form of income, like influencers, I think they need to worry because I would imagine within a few years, probably sooner, that AI is going to take over. Because if these companies do sponsor human beings to create content and put it out there, why should they pay somebody that much money when they can just use artificial intelligence to generate video and audio and put it out on their own? And I think that's going to be a lot. We're going to see a lot more AI content on various platforms: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube's already there. A lot of it.
Yes.
I think human beings on video probably, our days might be numbered. So let's see what happens.
Okay. Thank you for your take on that, Dad.
That's okay.
And now, so that finally concludes our interview today. I'd like to say thank you, Dad, for taking the time to have this interview with me, and I'm very satisfied with the answers you've given. I think they're really stimulating and give a lot of people to think about. And I strongly agree that with many things that you've just said, and yeah, I do believe that if influencers are going to be if influencers are going to continue to try and earn a living from the contents they make, they should be worried about AI, because we all know AI can do it much faster and it's more efficient and more effective. And a lot of people seem to like it now because of my generation as well, particularly, and the newer ones. And thank you, Dad. Thank you for sharing your opinions and your experience. Thank you very much, Dad.
You're welcome. It's been my pleasure. And good luck with your assignment, and give my regards to your teachers.
All right, Dad.
Okay. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.